Welcome to Build Your Dreams. My name is Blake Milliken, and this is where we teach photographers and videographers to build a business around their passion. Today is all about web design and how to build a beautiful, high-converting website that'll help you land bigger and better clients. Personally, this has helped me land bigger clients like Nike, Puma, the Steelers, everything sports related because it's tailored to your niche and the clients you want to get, your dream clients. Now, we got an hour-long workshop. It's not as long as it feels. It goes fast. We go quick. We do a lot. And at the end of it, you're going to have a beautiful website. So go grab some coffee and let's get into it. All right, to start out, we are going to be on buildyourdream.io/website. And what we're going to do here is we're going to click on the first link, which opens up the website builder. We're using Wix because I think Wix is going to be the best value. It's super powerful. They continue to get better, and it's super easy and simple. I think it's great, so we're going to use it. I already have a site, but I'll show you how to sign up. Just a quick note, you are going to see a lot of typos here, so bear with me. It's one of my weaknesses. Let's just be honest. So I'm entering my stuff, getting signed up. And here we go. We're already inside of it. We'll save it because who likes to remember their passwords? And we are going to start. I have a lot of other ones, but we're going to start out from scratch because we're going for high converting. Theirs look pretty good, but not all of them are going to be extremely high converting and getting our brand message out there as quick as possible. All right, so we're going to start out with a fresh canvas. Just like a painter, we got to decide a few different things. First, what are our colors? This is kind of a fun thing. You can go into text, add some text, edit text, come here to this font thing over here, and then right here you see site colors. This is a palette I've chosen already, pre-chosen it, but you can see there's a bunch of different options. So whatever suits you. Another good resource to figure out how to do that is Kuler.com. I'll put a link. And yeah, anyway, so choose your colors. We chose this one. This is the primary color I'm going to be using. Let's get rid of that. And the first thing we're going to do is going to start out by building different strips. Now I've already added one in here from a previous take, but I'll show you exactly how I did it. So I went down to strip. And they have different templates here. I just choose classic because I want a blank one. And I chose this white one, dragged it out. You can see like that. Boom. The first one I want about the full screen because I want it to be in your face. I want it to be loud, beautiful, and big. So since I already have one, I'm just going to delete that. And I'm going to go to work. Okay. Actually, I have to make this a little smaller. I want to make it around the length of my first page. Let's see. How's that looking? That looks good. Alright, so now go in here, change strip background. I'm going to be using a video in the background. A picture works just as good, but you want it to be your hero image. So the theory behind this one is you want your message to get stated as fast as possible and your work to be stated as beautifully as possible. So as soon as someone visits your sites, they want to know what you do, how well you do it, and what to do next. So that is our goal. So I'm going to come in here, video. I already have a few stuff uploaded. And if you need to upload stuff, you can click this button over here. Which shows I put a white mask over here in Final Cut to give me some space to type. But I like how it's on the lower thirds. We're going to have text on the left, picture on the right. It's how we read a book, so it's the best way to do it for your website. Here, I'm going to come in here, add a title. And now this section is we're going to have our one-liner that describes what we do in one line. As least amount of words as possible. Spinnaker. And what I've come up with, because we're a storytelling company that works in sports. So from a one-liner, I came up with, we tell authentic stories in sports. We are going to format this out like so. Get it up against that line. Do you like how big it is? We'll check it in a second. Command D. We're going to be using that often, so that duplicates it. You can also right click, duplicate, but I use Command D on the Mac. And the subtitle. This is going to help reinforce that one-liner. So, video production for genuine brands. And now I made sure to add video production in there in the second line because I didn't want them to think that it's a writing company or a content creation company. You know, we make videos, but we tell stories within them. So that looks good to me. Might format it up a little later on, but for now, I think it looks pretty good. Buttons. Now I'm going to test with two different buttons here. One call to action, another call to action. So we're going to have two different calls to action here, just in case they're not sold on your first one. They can use the second one. And I want to make this opacity down. I want to add a border. This is all on the left side. I want to make the border the same color as the button. Give it some yin and yang. So first one, change text, get a quote. Second one, our work. So what this does on a psychological level, get a quote. If they're ready and they're already shopping and they just want to get a quote and pricing, they're going to click this. It's going to bring you down to your contact form. Get in touch. You guys will have a conversation. Our work, they're not ready to click get a quote. They click our work. If they just want to see your work, it's going to scroll down to your work. Or if they want to do neither, they're going to keep scrolling to our next section. So to me, this looks great. We're going to move on. It's going to be a mini one showing which companies you've worked with before. And this just helps bring authority. It's quick, it's easy. It helps show your potential clients that you have done great stuff in the past, who you've worked for, and that you can help them. So back here, add. I'm going to add a strip. Go down. Classic. Sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't. We're going to make this one small by dragging. Go back to add, images, and I uploaded these a little previously. So 3, I'm just going to show 3. It's better to show more if possible, but you know, sometimes you don't have that many. And that is just okay, because we all start somewhere. So Steelers, Puma on the right, and then also Nike. Shrink this, shrink it much more than that. I want to drop these a little lower because we're going to add some text, and I like to do this. It's faster. It's already. So for that, I clicked on it and I did Command D or Control D, which is duplicate. You can also right click and then do duplicate. Drag it down. Make sure it says attach to strip right there. So then it stays with this one. And brands we've worked with. Actually, you know what? Instead of brands we worked with, it's even easier just to say our clients. Let's get this formatted in the center. And right there. Let's move all these up. Let's get these centered. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, this could be a little smaller. So there we go. We got this. You can play around with the background color if you want to. Something like that. This, boom, bing. I like it like that, especially with the Steelers photo. I just like it white. I'm going to keep it. We are going to move on. All right, so we're back. We got our strip 2 done. We are going to keep this moving to our third strip. And I'm going to Command D that, duplicate it. You can also right click duplicate it. I'm going to drag it down and expand it by dragging this down, scroll. It's kind of annoying to be honest, but we'll get there. So bear with me with a quick second. But as I'm doing this, I'll go over what this next strip's goal is going to be. So we're going to talk about pain points and try to really dig out why someone wants to work with you. What are you offering? What problems are you solving when they work with you? So think about those while we're creating this formatting. It's really important to know what's your competitive advantage. You know, why are people going to work with you? And that all boils down to pain points. There's 3 main types of pain points. There's internal, external, and philosophical. External is, you know, for this one, it's they need a video. They need a video now to help, you know, connect with their brand so they can drive sales. But the internal for a company or a marketing manager that might want to work with me is they want to tell the best stories to grow sales so they can get a promotion and buy that new car, or make their spouse happy, you know, whatever it is. Prove to the world that they're the best marketing manager, etc. It's a little bit deeper. You're peeling back a onion layer to get back into the psyche of your potential customer. And then the third one is overarching. That's philosophical. That one's, you know, it's a little harder to explain, but it always has to do with ought. You know, telling a genuine story ought to be so difficult. Your brand shouldn't ought to be salesy, gimmicky, whatever it is. It's all about looking at the overarching problem, the philosophical problem, and how you can solve it. So the title for this one is We Solve. Actually, even better, what we know, because this is question form, we're gonna leave it at We Solve, and we'll do another one later on. So this is going to be bullet pointed. I'm going to Command D again, and we're going to do 3 to 6 questions that basically is like a sales sheet when you're on a call with someone. We're going to try to prive out some information internally so they can click that call to action. So what solve? Am I dyslexic? I honestly think I'm dyslexic. We solve. Apologize for that. What solve? It's a joke. So first one. Does your brand struggle to connect with your audience? We're going to unbold this, make this a little smaller, format it to the right. I spelled something wrong. Audience, question mark. Duh. Again, I'm very bad at typing. Thank you, Grammarly. We're going to keep this moving. Does your brand struggle to connect with your audience? So this relates back to our brand message. We tell authentic stories, video production for authentic brands. It's all about connecting with their audience. Does your brand struggle to connect with your audience? Next one is your brand story intertwined with the culture? And basically this is prying out is your brand story like a Nike? They tell so many stories with different athletes that
they've created a culture around their company. Same with Puma. Steelers is a little different than that, but Nike does such a good job with that that a lot of people want to be with Nike. So you're using those things to help, pull out that pain point. Most companies really struggle connecting authentically with their customers, and having their brand story intertwined with the culture is even at another level. So that's for number 2. Pull it down, line it up. I did a Command D again. You're going to see that often, so get used to it. Third one is, do you want to grow your brand with super fans? Do you want to grow your brand with super fans? That's asking them, do you want to create people that are so wild about your brand that they're going to tell everyone about it, wear it, whatever, spread the word without you having to pay them? And right there, so we have these different questions we solve. Bing, bing, bing. We're going to come over here. We're going to add some check marks. Vector art. Not sure if any of these even matter to click on. We're going to click on this one, type in check. Enter. Search everywhere. Check mark. I like this. Actually, let's see what else we got. I like this one. Simple, easy. The brown's a no-go, so we're gonna definitely have to change that. Make this smaller. And what this does is just add a little flavor. We're gonna keep with this theme of this light blue, whatever, you guys know better than me, but this bluish greenish sea foam. Let's call it sea foam for now. And we're going to Command D, duplicate these, drag these down. We're sitting here. We just got done with our third one, pain points. Make sure to drive out what problems do you solve? What can you bring to the table that's going to help them, get further in their career? Whatever it is, solve their problems, dig out their problems, and understand you solve them. Now, we need to add a call to action, because the hope is they go, yes, I need to solve that. I need to solve that now. And we are going to give them an option. We're going to give them a now button to click. Schedule a call. Now I want them to give me a call to schedule a call so we can talk about how they can become a client. I like it. We're going to continue there. All right, so we got our strip 3 done. I guess that's strip 2. Let's move to our next strip. I'm going to Command D this, duplicate it, drag it down. And sorry, I was hearing myself in the playback. Never fun to hear your voice. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to record yourself, but for some reason it always sounds pretty awful. Anyways, back to it. So this strip is all about your process, a 3-step plan to solve their problem. So you have a problem, now you want to know that you know how to solve it and you solved it before. So in my case, I try to make it as easy as 1, 2, and 3. So first, so we're telling authentic stories. So first we have to gather the story, and that's through interviewing, that's through discovery, that's through investigation. So my first thing is interviewing. We're going to interview our subject. We're going to get the story out. We're going to make sure it's a great story. Our second one is going to create. It's going to create the content. And then 3 is going to distribute. We're going to get it amongst channels, get it be seen, whether that's paid ad, through Instagram, through social, through influencers, whatever it is, we're going to distribute that to make sure people see it and it sees the light of day. So our plan. And we've been using white quite a bit. We're going to switch it up. Let's see. I like this blue. And we like anything else? No, I think I'm going to stick with the blue. Sometimes it just gets too distracting with too many different types of colors. Let's play around with this. How's the white looking? I like white better. Our plan. Let's delete these. Go over here, add. Now I'm going to create a plan with circles. So we'll go to shape. Now I'm surprised there's no circle present right there unless I'm blind, which I am. They call it round. I call it a circle. That's fine. This is our plan number 1. We're going to go into, oh, you know what? I made a mistake here. So these are secret. These are actually the check marks. I'll make sure to clear these out just because they'll get all messed up later on. Border. I want to apply a border. I'm going to make the fill low. Now here's where I can kind of play with some accent colors. I'm going to be completely honest. The colors I picked, I don't love them. So I'm going to stick with just these ones. First circle. I'm going to duplicate this. Interview. That's my first step. We're going to do in our plan, our process. This needs to be a little bigger. I'm going to duplicate this again. Get it dead center. Interview, create, and now distribute. And just to give a little background to why we do this, why this is our plan. One, companies have a hard time and they struggle with finding good stories to that match their brand and are relevant. Distribute. I'm not spelling that right. So they struggle with that. So that's what kind of sets us apart from other content creation companies. Is this centered? Okay, unfortunately, I got to make this a little smaller. Get that centered. I don't know. I'm going to get all these too. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Sorry, you can tell that I get distracted easily. But that's okay because we're going to keep it moving. So companies have a hard time finding good stories. So that's the part of our interview process. It's creating and finding a great story within their own network that they can tell that it will help further their brand. We create it, we video it, we produce it, we get it all done, and distribute. A lot of companies also are just used to posting it on their own pages, on their own social, on their own network, and it doesn't get much legs unless there's money behind it. But we've come up with some ways to cost effectively get their target audience eyes on it, make sure it gets seen, and that's part of our business model. So right now this looks a little bland. I want to play around with the colors here. Let's see. It's kind of nice. I'm just going to come in here and see what else we got. Red. So this. What's the opposite of that? It's probably like around here. I might even do this. Add my own little color. Just because I think it needs a pop. Come back here. I'm going to make all these red. It was just too white, so I wanted to create some contrast with the design, make it pop out. Interview, create, distribute. So from here, we want to clarify what this means because they don't have the luxury of hearing me talking. Not sure if it's a luxury or it's a curse, but again, we're going to keep it moving. Get these spread out a little bit. Use up that width in between these two boxes. Don't go outside of them because it just creates formatting problems in the long runs. We're going to go back to shape. We're going to find some arrows right here. This one's fine. Let's use it. So they know it's a process. Make this white. We're going to duplicate it again. Excuse to use that text message. And so this kind of gives them, so it's from interview to create to distribute. I think they get it. Let's create our descriptions. So underneath each one, make sure we're not using too much, bolding it. And we're just going to write something a little bit to explain it further. Try to keep it to 1 sentence, 2 sentence maximum, but the shorter the better. Find and tailor the story to the perfect story. You want to add nice copy here. The perfect story to support your brand. This goes out a little wide, shorten this up a little bit, center it up, and I also think it's a little too big. Again, shorten up a little bit. There we go. I like that. It's barely out there. To me, that's okay. Match it up. Create beautiful imagery to, is that how you spell imagery? Okay, we'll see if Grammarly corrects me. Create beautiful imagery to complement, to tell a story. Now distribute. Get your story in front your target audience. Now we create a plan and make sure all the channels are in line to help them do that. So I like this good. This spacing is a little off to me. Let's see what's wrong here. I'm actually not sure what's wrong. That's that. What's here? Is this? Could be a little further over. I don't get this. Why does this look so off to me? Okay. This is the funny thing about websites. Like, you start staring at it too long, it all looks wrong. Again, let's get a call to action out. Maybe this is off. So this is blending in. We're going to make it stand out. Let's go here. Let's check out our options. I'm probably going to do this personally just because it sticks out and it goes along. Red's also like it's a color that, you know, inspires passion, inspires you to click it. So kind of makes you stop in your tracks and really read it. Schedule call. Let's start. Start today. This is another call to action. So why we do different call to action on every single one is just so any one of these might, you know, they might go, okay, that's for me. And so that's the one that'll get them. So you want to try different ones throughout your messaging. So that's it with that one. Let's move on to the next strip. All right, we're ready to move on to the next strip. So this is going to be a lead generation, and basically what it's going to do is capture people that aren't ready to schedule a call or whatever your call to action is, but might be a little interested. And so you're going to offer them a little tidbit that they can put in their email, and you can continue to follow up with them later down the road and hopefully continue to put them into client, to bring them into a client. So for this one, I've decided to give a 5-minute video on how to craft a perfect story. And this is going to be a video that they put their email and they get access to because exactly like just what I said. And so now let's build it. I am going to, because it's a video, I am going to create a little fake laptop thing with a fake play button and then a contact information form. So we go here, laptop, search everywhere. This one looks great. Let's add it. It's formatted funny. No worries. We can. Why is it like this? And that's a little funny too. Maybe that looks like kind of normal. So from here, maybe even we go like black on it. So we're going to Command D that, drag that down. And let's write our message. Get access to 5-minute video. Okay, I actually don't like that. Learn how to craft a perfect story. 5 minutes. Do that there. Let's go here, add a contact. Just need an email. So this is going to be a little bit of formatting, but we're going to move fast on it so you don't have to watch this. But just to understand, there's going to be some details that go into here. Come on, Grammarly, don't do this to me right now. Turn that. So we're going to do that. Shorten this up. Let's go into design, customize design. Don't need to turn this here. That was good. Let's go to the container box, and we're gonna make this clear. And let's just make these a little smaller, a little bigger. Boop, boop. Call to action. Get access. No, we'll make it even simpler. Access now. So notice always my writing, I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, because as human beings and people living in 2019, we are genuinely don't have that much time and are a little lazy, whichever way you cut it. You want to get your message quicker without having to write so much. So anytime you can shorten up your message, it's a great thing. Let's do it. So the rest is formatting. Getting the actually I'm gonna make this red. I like the call to actions red because it just stands out. Getting the let's see, getting the font the same thing, making it look right. Submit, that's fine. This one also needs to be it. We go to design here, customize design, text. I always forget which ones do what here. Okay. Oh, see, that wasn't even the right one. This one tricks me every time, and I've done this quite a lot of times. There we go. Access now. And then let's fill this up with a picture. Get some more imagery on there. Right now it was just words and icons. The more imagery you can use, the better. And I want to keep it all sports themed. You know, I think this is a nice story. They're winning. You want to pull imagery from the success button. Any people smiling, happy, winning, showing what it's like to work with you, that you tell interesting stories. Okay. So I went a little shorter because I have to compensate for that. Oh, and I cut off his head. Move that down. That looks good. And then also to match it up, you can do something like this. You know, don't get too crazy with it. I'm going to do black and white just because I think it's less distracting. This needs to be a little perfect. All right, so now the flow of this, they're looking at it. They're not ready yet to call you or schedule anything, but they want to know how to craft a perfect story. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll put in my email. You get that. Now they're on your email list, and we can start marketing to them that way. Let's move on to the next one. All right, now we're going to show off our beautiful work. Whether you're a graphic designer, food, a chef, whatever you do, you can show your work off with pictures and video. For me, excuse this text, sorry, I keep trying to silence that. If you know how to, please write down in the comments because I have never figured it out. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Like always, want to keep this fast and effective. We're going to Command D, drag that down, duplicate it, delete this stuff. Don't need it anymore. We're going to keep this here. And stretch this down. You had to excuse this part. I also haven't figured out a solution to this. Wix, if anyone from Wix is watching, please tell us or fix this because it's rather excruciating. Our work. Let's get this nice, a good size. I believe I was using around 40, I think it was 45 for the other ones. So we're going to keep it consistent. Our work. We have this in the downloadable assets, but it's an empty max screen. And I think it just adds a level of presentation. Okay, stretch this down again. Just adds a level of presentation that you can put a play button and a link to a video in here. So we're going to go down to video, whether you're just on Vimeo or YouTube or whatever it is, or if it's just a picture, don't use a MacBook, use like a website type of thing with your picture drawn on it, or you can just simply use it in your best way of displaying it to make it look nice, and you can write a caption to the side. But I like this, so I'm going to continue on because I don't know, I just think it's fun and it helps you stand out, and that's all it's about. So we got our video, our Mac, and right now we don't have our videos uploaded, but to link them, I'll show you really quick. You go change video, search video, search it right here. We'll do one of mine, 56th media. This was an old production site I used to have before I rebranded, but we'll do that so you can see what it's look like. And let's do a title of the project. And then below here, we're going to write a quick story. We worked with Nike to develop their narrative for college football team, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying. Write a great description for whatever your work is. Whatever it is, write that down there. We're going to move on to formatting because you're not going to copy that section anyways. And it's just not quite that important. But you want at least 3 samples of work. So right here, I'm going to stretch this down a little further. Get this back up here. I like when it's alternating. I'm going to duplicate it. Oops, I misclicked there. We're going to copy. I did that by holding Command, getting them both, and then I'm duplicating both of them. So we can just move them together, and now they're grouped elements, which is nice. It saves time. Now this one's Puma. We helped Puma tell their... That's probably the wrong there. You would think I never even attended school if... And if any of you guys ever ask my mom about my writing, she will laugh in your face and say, I don't know how he graduated high school or college. But I did. We're here. Probably says something for the school system. If any of you guys have a passion for school, make sure to look in to helping me improve my writing because it is atrocious. But to move on, oh wait, so what did I do there? I must have not duplicated it. I'm going to put this one back there. I just stole it from it. Format it, the drag and drop. I love the drag and drop. It makes everything so easy to do. Besides this part, seriously, this video is going to be 20 minutes of me just trying to drag this little thing down. Please, if any of you guys know how to do that better than me, let me know, because I swear half my life is being taken up by just dragging that page down for different strips. Again, click, Command D, group these elements. All right, so this looks okay. It looks a little plain. Let's spice it up by adding some lines into here. Under shape, themed lines. Gives it a little separation. I'm also going to try to change this. I think that adds a little more to it. Still keeps the design clean and minimalistic, but adds some fun. So again, Command D. We're going to put, Command Z is to make sure you undo everything. We're going to put these lines underneath. Straighten this out. And turn this black. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I like the way it looks. Now we need a button. I'm actually going to steal, or I guess I'll add one here. Command add button. I've used this one before. Oops, where'd it go? There we go. And for this one, again, I want to change up what I'm saying on each one just in case, but I want them all to be the same derivative so it doesn't get confusing. You don't want to feel like they're going to miss out on something if they don't click one, but also you don't want change text. You don't want to use the same one over just in case they never want to click it because of the word it says. It's all psychology. It's all about testing what works, what doesn't, and you'll be able to see by which button they click later on the analytics. Let's talk. Kind of understand it. Submit. They're going to get that. Start today. Let's go. Start. Schedule a call. Free consultation. Let's talk. Let's do it. Okay. That is for. And I'm going to add. Last thing I'm going to add this here too. Our work. Our plan. Actually, I'm going to go back and add this line to all of them just so it matches. I think it'll add a little. There we go. That adds a little bit of depth to all of everything. Perfect. We're doing great. So we're ready to move on to the next strip, and that is going to be what our clients say to us. So we're going to gather a few testimonials. Right now I'm just going to make them up, but ideally you'll go to your point of contact of the testimonial you'll use. Ask them, can you write a little blurb about me and send me over a picture so I can put you on my website? If you made them happy, if you got them a great product, they're most likely going to do it. Just a short 1-2 sentence thing to help them about the product, or help customers know that your clients loved you. That's all it is. It's adding social proof. You see it all the time, and they're very, very effective. And we are going to do that right now. So let's go back, add another strip, classic. Sometimes you click it once and it just doesn't work. I don't know what that's up. This one doesn't need to be a huge one. And let's see, what type of color? I think we're ready for some blue now. Like to change it up a little bit. Actually, we might stay with the white. Let's see. Change the. I'm gonna stick with this with the white too. No, we'll just leave that for now. This one we're gonna stick with the white. This is one of the hard things about building a website. There's thousands of decisions you have to make, and it's better just to stick with one and change it later on in the revision process. So for now, okay. See, what happened is it didn't attach to it, so you can see this right here, attach the strip. It didn't do that. So you have to go find it, arrange. I don't know why it's saying move backwards. Bring to front. To be honest, it's being a little glitchy right now. I think it's because I'm doing a screen recording. What are clients say? It's just a cuter way of saying testimonial. All right, and for this one, we're going to create 3 boxes with circles, shape, box, probably something like this, just depending on how much you're going to write inside there. This color is not our colors. Let's change it up. And then we're going to go here. More basic shapes. Find our circle again. Gotta love that circle. This is where you can add their photo to it. And right here's kind of a fun little trick. You have to bear with me. I kind of forgot what it's like, but I believe if you add, yeah, this white, it kind of adds a fun effect. Looks like a floating circle. So what you'll do here is you'll add their photo. You add their photo, crop it into a circle there. You can do that with the frame. And here, I'll just show you how to do it now. Go in here, let's find a photo. Mr. Football Player. He loved us so much, he's going to write us a testimonial. Now, what is up with that? It's like, what? Circle. Gonna have to match the circle there. Make it a little more circular. You know, it's as long as it goes around it, you're not showing any of it. So you have to go back here, move the actual picture. So you kind of get this fun effect here. Very fun. People are going to have a blast looking at it. And they'll probably think, hey, I want that on my website. Tell their website developers how can we do this? And the website developers go, I don't know, it's such a crazy trick. But it's just adding a border to the circle. Working with them was amazing. The storytelling ability was like nothing I've ever seen before. So amazing that he even wrote us this testimonial. Where'd it go? Let's change the color. And then you'll want to write a little dash CEO Jeff Bezos. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Jeff Bezos didn't say that, and I'm gonna say go ask him because I think he did say that. Just kidding. He did not say that. We are trying to be funny. It is not working. Okay, connect all these. So this vector art didn't get copied. You see that? Now we're going to put it over here. And now we have to bring it back, arrange, move backwards. So this has to be the very back. How do we do that? Backwards, send it back. This art has to be backwards now. There we go. Got it. Another thing you can do, it does see. You can do this. So you'll have to click something first and then group elements. So what's wrong is this one's not very lined up. Group elements. Let's drop these down a little bit. Command D. Let's get these all lined up looking good. So we have an amazing testimonial from Jeff Bezos himself. If that doesn't get you a client, I don't know what will. And like always, we're going to want to add a call to action. Bring this one from down here. Make sure attached to strip is showing. Let's attach it. Give it a little space. This one, let's try something different. So instead of let's talk, and so I think we've done start today, get in touch. That's a non-threatening get in touch. Okay, so we're looking pretty good, and let's move on to our next one. All right, so we got our client testimonial page. Now let's go on to our next strip, which is going to be our story. This is your chance to really connect with your audience, tell something unique about you guys, your backstory, whatever it is that makes you unique, makes you. Everyone's unique, everyone has a story. It's just about crafting it in a way that makes you stand out. So our story, or my story, let's change this one up. Let's go blue background. I'm just going to delete this stuff. I'm going to keep one of these boxes. No, we're going to start fresh. Let's make this white. Okay. Now, let's go here. Let's make a box. The box is going to be... Actually, it's not going to be that big. It's going to be like this. Something like this size. Change design. Theme boxes. We're going to add a picture. We're going to add a picture of you, of a cartoon you, a cartoon your company, something that represents your company. Right now I don't have one of me uploaded, but let's pretend this guy being a little goofy, adding it a little personal. Look at it. This guy's hilarious. I want to kind of create a little bit of the background. Let's change this color, change design. We're going to make this what looks good. I like a little different shade. And then from here, and we're actually not going to have a call to action here. So let's delete that. And write a personal note here. So make it in your own voice. Make it relatable. Make it easy to read. Kind of fun. Fun or serious. It depends what your brand is. So depending on how you're taking all this and making it your own, you're going to write a story that also goes on with that. You may want to make sure it's all on brand. My passion for storytelling bloomed like the flower you see left when I was in college. So we got some typos here. Of course we have typos. I always have typos. I'm sure this doesn't even make sense. You know, I just want to give you a rough example of something I would write here and some formatting, because to be completely honest, it takes me a long time to write something worth a penny. I realized how unique everyone's upbringing is and how it shapes them into the person they are today. I don't know what's going on there. Sorry about that. Revealing their individual. I gotta sound it out. I told you I'm bad at spelling. I'm very sorry. Stories is what drives me to continue to dig deeper and tell better stories for companies just like yours. Dive deepers, of course, stories. Okay, so this is not great by any means, but here's some elements that are great about it. It's completely tailored to what we do and what our brand is. It's goofy. It relates to this flower over here. It also tells what drives me and why I'm passionate about the business I'm in. All about storytelling and crafting videos. So it's important to do that and creating those aspects and principles within your story when you write it there. You want people to relate and even have a deeper appreciation for why you're doing what you're doing. Because in every single field, there's some sort of artistry, there's some sort of story, and so this gives you a chance to further reinforce it for your potential clients. All right, so let's go to our final strip. This is going to be, I just Command D, duplicate it. this is going to be our get in touch strip. It's how people contact you, schedule a free consultation, etc. So I like this left to right. Let's continue with that. Here, we'll start with the background. We gotta switch it up. Edit text. Let's get the color. Actually, let's just make it simple as possible. Right now, if they're ready to get in touch, they're ready to do it. We don't want to write anything. Excuse me. We don't want to write anything that is going to deter them or distract them or confuse them at this point. All right, it's starting to lag a little bit. No worries. I use this one just because it's basic, and let's drag this down. Let's make the button bigger. We're going to center these up so it's nice and easy. Makes it look non-intimidating. So message, the key things to get here is definitely email, phone number. If you plan on calling them, phone number is great to get. You know, you don't need first and you can do first and last. I just do full name because I want them to fill out as least amount as possible. Container box. Okay. Go to our design and go to container box here. Now let's center this up. Looking pretty good. We do need to change the colors here. It's kind of an off. Input fields container. It's like, okay. Border. This is what it is. Let's play around. How's the red look? Not that good. Let's stick with black. And then another tip is making it a little round. For some reason, it's more inviting to write in, and on average, it gets a better conversion rate than square ones. And for this one, you'll have to. Oh wait, that's not the right. Is that the right red we've been using? Yeah. We will have to make these round to match also. No idea what happened there. Okay, so it's attaching to the form. Arrange. We gotta move that backwards. Send that thing to the back. Gotta pull this down a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we have a few options. We can leave it there. Center this thing up, or off center. We can leave it there, or we can go offset to the left, come back, write a little note to understand what's going to happen next. Are you going to give them a call? Are you going to reach out to schedule it? And a little thank you note. Thank you for getting in contact with us. We or I will reach out within 1 business within 24 hours. It sounds even better. To schedule a call. Blake Milliken, CEO. You don't even need that. Blake Milliken. You don't have to write that, actually. Actually, I don't like the way that looks. And then any other information you think that should go here that they should know, let's put it in, like address, especially if you're a local business, throwing a little map up, which is a great idea. I think it's under more, if I'm correct. Toss this thing a little up. This is where we are. We're in the China Basin in the Mission Bay. We're not there. I guess that's where Wix is. I'm not exactly sure where that is.
All right, well, now we're at the point we're going to tweak it, get it all set up and functional so we can get this rolling. So homepage looks great. I changed up a few things down here just to make it format a little well. I also changed this button to red. But while we're here, we are going to add some animation. So right here, the animation tool, you see what it does. I'm going to add these all onto here to add some motion while people are scrolling. So I'm clicking on them. I'm clicking this diamond shape type of deal. Click and fade. Okay, it looks great there. This one, the arrows, they already are a motion type of thing, so I want to use the slide in to continue with that motion. There, scroll down, slide in. Okay, right here, probably okay without. I would say if anything, you could do something minor like these lines just to continue with the effect. Fade in. I think fade in, when in doubt, use fade in. Let's just say that. Never use like this. I guess that's not the worst. Like that, that's corny. Don't use that stuff. Fade in's great. And we're going to animate the button here. Probably don't need anything to animate there or here. Now we're going to link our buttons and make our website fully functional. So we're going to go down here, go to more, we're going to add an anchor. What this does is it adds a spot that the website will scroll to. Command D, let's get another anchor. We only need 2 for our setup now. Another option is to add more and add different setups where they can click on it. But to me, these are the most 2 important sections. So now we go to our buttons, get a quote, link to, anchor to, our work, link to, anchor 1, done. Link anchor 2 because that's a contact form. Again, link anchor 2, donezo. This one will submit. Link anchor 2. Anchor 2, you're getting the picture now. And we are good to go. Preview, get a quote.
It's going to drop down to here. View our work. It's going to go right here. Once this is off, it'll be perfectly placed. So we're looking great. All right, it's time to publish it. Let's go here. You have your new websites. Congratulations. You are ready to move and upgrade your business. If you don't have a domain name, if you don't have a premium Wix page, you need one. It's not really an option. You cannot have a free Wix and get around not paying for one. They're not expensive, and it also offers a 14-day money-back guarantee. So if money is tight, go to your phone, set an alarm for 12 days. Say, okay, if I'm not getting a new client in 12 days with my new website, then I'm going to cancel it. So go set that alarm. Come down here. Combo is okay. You know, you get everything you need. It's totally fine. I actually would choose this one, and this is the reason. $100 Google ads, $100 Bing ads, $100 in local listing. You will make more than this website costs you with those ads. I guarantee that. That ad spend will be way worth it, and it's just gonna be good. You're also gonna get a free domain. You get that here too. So yeah, and then visitor analytics apps. That's extremely helpful. Site booster app. These things are really helpful for the extra money. So I'm coming here. I'm doing the yearly plan because $20 every month, you don't really need that. Or if you do 2 years, you're ready to do it, you save quite a bit of money. I'm going to do a yearly plan. Come in here, fill out your information, submit it, and there you'll have the option to choose your domain name and connect it on the spot, and you'll be good to go. I don't want to type in my stuff here for obvious reasons, but I'm sure you guys can all handle the contact form. And bada bing, bada boom, you now have a beautiful website that you can get more clients with. Thank you